My Democratic colleagues and I have been ready to work on this issue.
We have a guaranteed vote by a guaranteed date on a bill that we will write.
Senate Republicans now finally have to come to the table. Or, make no mistake, Americans will remember who stood in the way.
Okay guys, Senate Democrats have once again made a move to reopen the government, this one fruitful enough that it seemingly is going to work. However, it has many in the party upset and split on whether or not it was the right action. So if you can, take a moment, leave us a like on the video. It helps us out a ton. We want to get to 30,000 subscribers, and let's just jump right in and break down what exactly has been agreed to.
My Democratic colleagues and I have been ready to work on this issue, on extending these tax cuts for months. With the government reopening shortly, Senate Republicans now finally have to come to the table. Or, make no mistake, Americans will remember who stood in the way. So I urge Speaker Johnson to finally return the House of Representatives into session and quickly reopen the government.
Okay, so long explanation made short, this funding measure opens the government. Obviously, it fully funds things like SNAP. It would return all federal workers who were fired, like the special education offices, by Trump, and it also guarantees furloughs, back pay for all, where MAGA was kind of on the fence about doing that, while also guaranteeing a Senate vote on a Democrat bill on healthcare of their choice. So let me, I guess, start by saying the goods, right? I see the vision, right? Like, the shutdown sucks for everyone. The holidays are coming up. Travel is going to be massively affected. Trump is fighting to block SNAP. It seems like he was going to win in doing so. This gets a Senate vote on ACA subsidies, which was their big thing. Even back pay for federal workers wasn't guaranteed. So, like, all of that is like agreeable stuff. The problem is that it's complete capitulation and it's fantasy. None of it's going to come to fruition. House Republicans will never even bring this bill to the floor. If they do, it definitely doesn't pass. They said as much a few days ago that they wouldn't promise anything like that. And you would still need 13 Senate Republicans to vote yes, of which you have maybe a guaranteed 3 or 4. So like, it does feel a bit like handing the reins back to the bad guys for nothing right after winning an election where the American people showed that they were with you in this fight.
What do you say to your colleagues who say this isn't a fight, this is a capitulation? You're putting together, you're agreeing to a vote on a bill that it almost certainly will not become law, and you're allowing that to happen.
Well, first of all, there was, as long as the government shut down, the clear statement from Senator Thune and the Republican majority, and they control the Senate, the House, the White House, was we will not talk about health care with you. So there was no vote that we were going to get on the Affordable Care Act, premium tax credits. We have a guaranteed vote by a guaranteed date on a bill that we will write. Not that the Republicans will write, although I do think it's important for us to engage with them because we need a bipartisan bill that we know is going to get enacted to provide the relief that Americans need. And I think there's a commitment on the part of many of our colleagues to do that.
But there's no guarantee this will become law.
There was never a guarantee that it would become law.
Okay, I'm trying to be charitable, so let's start where I can sort of see the vision again. They can always leverage the fact that the shutdown battle can be reignited in January when they'll need 7 Democrat votes again. Maybe they can leverage that to actually get this bill to pass in some form. But again, it is a long shot. The problem is, at least among MAGA voters, the cult, right? They can just sell that Obamacare is the problem without explaining anything, showing any facts or anything of the sort because Obama's in the name, thus woke and socialism. And that's why they don't have to vote on the bill. There would be no political repercussions. This is surrender, I think. Democratic voters should probably remember this heading into the primaries for midterms this time around. Like, you know, the Graham Plattners of the world would vote no on something like this. So like, it's something to think about at least. But I also hope that voters see clearly, even if they do disagree with the measure of moderate, like how moderate Democrats are doing this, it always was only and entirely the Democrats trying to work to reopen the government and lessen the pain for voters.
I'm 100% committed to getting this done. President Trump, Speaker Johnson, and Leader Thune, along with many rank-and-file Republicans, say they want to keep health care premiums at their current rate. With the government reopened, we must move quickly to deliver on that promise and to keep health care premiums affordable.
I mean, God, it's so cringe. I hate these kinds of Democrats. I just cannot be asked. Like, these are the people who tried to repeal the ACA in full in 2018 without a backup plan. Like we only have John McCain to thank for saving that. The idea that they're ready to play ball is insane. These are the people who have refused to negotiate on the credits already when they could have, resulting in a historically long government shutdown, 40 days practically. These are the people who every single day refuse to commit to future ACA negotiations. They've spent a week trashing it, saying it needs to be replaced. In what world do you think that they're ready to talk to you on ACA subsidies? It's going to be a my way or the highway type of mentality. And this is why the old guard needs to go, like plain and simple. I believe this is a full abdication of duty. It's a failure of the American people, and it shows how much work that we definitely need to do getting Republicans out of office. The same work needs to be done, however, for some Democrats as well. Progressives down the ballot is the only way.